took some time off, as we all have to some degree, right? For them especially. But now they're getting bored, and they have all these networking. They know all these people. They're specialists in where they come from. And we visit all businesses, but we're not specialists in those businesses. So my question is, these can be consultants' business sometimes, but very, very, very valuable sometimes. You guys have any comments?
You're saying because they bring a list with them.
A list, or they've been in that industry, they're an expert in that industry. We're not. We're an expert in this industry. We bring them with us for some time.
Like they were in the medical field for 30 years.
Sure.
They were in the nonprofit.
They were in the restaurant business for.
Yeah, but they bring 35 years of experience from that vertical.
Don't know our business. Don't know our business. We go with them as a sometime.
Mark?
Connections are huge. I definitely recommend that. No one knows back to what you guys comfortable with, or are they comfortable with, I guess, as a part-timer? What does that look like when you're trying to get out of it? But, I mean, let's face it, this whole industry is about relationships and connections as it is. So if you're looking to get into another industry, they got connections in an industry that you're not an expert in. It can be extremely hard. It just depends on what you're looking to accomplish at the end of the day, bring that individual on board.
Well, the juggle is rewarding them. To some degree, they don't know what to expect, and we don't know what quite to give.
I know you set that standard, what you can and capable of actually giving them. Do you want me to do all the work, and you just hand me the connections, and I work the lead list, I do the work for you? Well, that's more of a referral partnership, kind of like the banks, etc., right? Do you want to do the work? Oh, you do? Cool. Well, you're going to get me for that. And I'm going to reward you with higher splits or more upfront bonuses or, whatever it may be. You guys have to know, number one, you got to know what your finances are to actually do that. And by the way, sometimes you're hinders. You can only do so much. Don't go outside your needs too much. But at the same time, it's okay to push the envelope that actually, by the way, I've had a million people tell me that connection in my career. And the majority of them, they talk right out of so and these guys are bored and, they want to kind of add to the industry. Well, what level are they going to ask you to do the work? How is that going to happen? That's a little bit of a dictator of what you're going to do for them. It's a give and take. You want to be very fair. You want to be very honest with what you're going to do. But if you're requiring me to do a lot more work, then you're going to get maybe a lower this or a lower that, and I'm going to give or take a little bit. But you got to be open to customize those things for those individuals.
I'll finish with one story because that's a great example. If you have someone that can bring you a big lead, what would you be willing to pay for that? So a friend of mine, I went to college, watched my life transform. He watched me to go from, a poor Mexican to a wealthy Spaniard. He was like, here's the point. He watched my life over the last 20 years completely transform. That when he sold his company, he said to me, "What do you do? And how do I do it?" I go, "Well, tell me first of all about your clients." And let me just tell you, he brought me one client. He's got a huge list now because he only brought me one. But I got involved because I saw the potential. He didn't know squat. And I said, "You don't worry about it. Make the introduction. I'll make the call." And I landed this deal, and I stole it from PayPal. But anyways, in the last hour, he gave it to me. I used my charm and everything, and I got the deal. And let me just tell you something. It's a $150 million deal at 10 basis points. Yeah, you do the math. And it's growing by 50 million every 2 years. That thing's going to hit $1 billion in about 5 years. And let me tell you, 20%, 30%, he's never gotten 1%. So his first residual check, he's like, "I have more leads if you want them." I'm like, "I do." The point is, yes, if you find a guy who's real, who's not talking out of his rear, a real individual who can bring a legitimate, and if you even have to do the work to get that kind of residual, that'll pay a lot of bills, guys. That'll pay a lot. I have no problem paying that guy because he brought me a deal that's priceless. Make sense?
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
One last question of the app.
I had the same experience right now, and this guy's talking one account, and it's put so much money in his pocket, so much money in my pocket, and
You're in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like the name of that customer. Bruce, let's just talk. Let's just have a conversation.
Okay, we have one final question.
One more question.
And I'll have to be quick. So did you find that salary ranges are increasing quickly in the market post-pandemic, at least in non-sales roles?
Absolutely. I've never seen it skyrocket in the 14 years I've been recruiting. It's almost scary, because you're sending around pressure on what people are expecting, right? You know, we see a lot within operations, especially product. Product and marketing right now is absolutely huge, and we're seeing, I mean, before you get maybe a 12 to 15% increase in salaries, and people are making 30, 40, 50 plus than they currently are today. Whether that's with a new position or again going back to the counter offer. I literally lost a deal probably 2 weeks ago where the guy took a counter offer that was double what he was making before. And that's kind of going back to the budget is, what are you willing to pay? Being strategic on what positions you would pay more for than others. Because the reality is salaries are demand, and it's kind of in the market in a sense where they are making a lot more, and they're getting that money time and time again.
And I will tell you this, because I know there's different positions here, but if you're at a higher end processor, like a tier 1 processor or back end processor, and you're looking for talent, like for example, underwriting, just an underwriter. For those who are hiring at the higher levels, what would you pay for a really reliable, quick underwriter? I mean, that person deserves whatever the increase is, to be honest with you, because the right people in the right place could change your world. How many here are actual sales agents and ISOs? Raise your hand. You're out in the street selling. How many of you guys would love underwriters that do it quickly and know what they're talking about? Salespeople can't stand when it takes forever to get these things underwritten. We don't understand what they're doing, but it can't be rocket science. Just stamp it, pay me. And so you will pay a high value, and they deserve it. They deserve it. You'll pay that any day, right? Bill, I know how important this is, right?
Very important, very important.
I mean, you've built a business for, what, 30-some years now?
I've been in the business 32 years, and my ISO turns 19 in September. So,
And you've dealt with some back ends.
we've dealt with several back ends, and I just did a roofing contractor 6 miles from my office, $180 million a year, and it took 17 days to do it.
17 days.
17 days. And so, yeah, we do have that issue in this industry, and the value of folks who know what they're doing, can execute, is priceless. And time is money in those situations.
Maybe we should treat them like NFL players. Wouldn't that be great if you were an underwriter and you got a signing bonus? Right? A 3-year contract at $4 million a year. How many underwriters do you think we'd have? 1. Okay.
All right, hey, we're going to wrap this up. It has been an absolute pleasure to be on the stage with these 3 gentlemen. You made my job really easy. I know you would. Appreciate the opportunity to moderate. I really hope that you took some nuggets out of here, that the value that's being poured out is really intended for you to take it back home and either reach out to some of these folks if you need some additional clarification or help. But you took an idea, you took a suggestion, and you can plug it in and see some results in your business. I encourage you to stick around for the rest of the day's events and the closing session tonight. We appreciate you coming out to Chicago and enjoying the MWAA's 19th trade show. So thank you. Have a good night.
This is fantastic.